Hi, Alan Stratton from Woodturning. I'm going to visit my sister in a few weeks, and she is a quilter, and she likes these little doodads. I made her a batch a while back. She gives them to some of her friends, but she had a request this time that I make the angle on this side a little bit more acute. I think she uses them to press seams in her quilting and piecing quilts together. The sharp end here, or the bigger flat end, can press a bigger one. So I made this one and another in a little bit different style. This one out of frogwood planks, and this one with a little bit of color. These three out of maple. It's a good wood for it. It's light. I hope she enjoys them because they're kind of fun to make. This wood is maple. I tend to accumulate a lot of narrow pieces as offcuts from my segmented projects. They are too small for segmenting, but perfect for this sort of thing. Maple is fairly dense and strong. It does not have the open grain of an oak. I think it is perfect for what my sister wants. I'm using my bowl gouge to rough this to round. I've decided not to purchase a spindle roughing gouge. A spindle roughing gouge has advantages at times, but cannot be used on a cross-grain bowl and is quite expensive. Most every trick I've seen demonstrated can also be done with a bowl gouge, spindle gouge, or skew. So for me, no. The last thing to do now is to cut a mounting tenon. For this, on a spindle, my favorite tool is my skew. Out come my long nose jaws for this small of diameter. I can finish roughing this now because the axis should not change again. A little more gouge work before switching to my skew for the duration. The skew is often maligned, but if used correctly, it leaves a very smooth surface. Some people swear by a long point up, others by a long point down. I think that only matters in what I am used to. The main idea is to not cut too far from the center of the sharpened edge. I play with the angle between the spinning surface and the cutting edge. I do not believe there is one and only one correct angle. It depends. The best approach is to observe the angle and the resulting cut versus the wood. Then choose what works best. I like to work primarily from life center to spindle and to keep the between centers for as long as possible. Not so much this time, but keep thicker wood on the spindle side for as long as possible. For this quilting item, I want mostly flowing curves and definitely not a bead and cove display fest. It needs to be comfortable to hold and to use. After sanding, I'm using my tri-burning tool to burn lines in V-grooves. I think it adds definition. With nearly all sanding done, I can cut the last little bit next to the live center and shape the last bit of the point. Then touch up for any remaining sanding. For color, I am applying blue turning pen on only one bead. Since the ink will smear with shellac, I am rubbing the color to burnish it and to remove excess blue ink before applying shellac. Then apply shellac. A rub down at very high speed buffs the shellac. last bit is to cut the end opposite the point to an acute angle for a larger pressing surface. Then a quick sanding and a little more shellac. This completes this batch of quilting tools for my sister. I hope she likes these as much as the last batch. Plus, she's having a birthday. These should be on time. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe on my website, and tell your friends about my videos. I appreciate your comments and questions. Every week I add a new wood turning video to my website. Always, please wear your full face shield anytime the lathe is running. A face shield saved my life. It can save yours, but only if you use it. I will see you again next week.